Oh yeah, here we come, right back in action. Like the dynamic duo, we are back. Styling Radio 96.1 FM, pure adrenaline Thursday. So we're just sitting here kicking it with Izzy D and Lisa Marie.
What's up?
Yeah. We got to get a profile picture of you for the website.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. It's like a Kool-Aid guy. Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
Man.
Yeah,
I know they're working on the website and updating stuff. So, yeah, you guys can check it out. Go to stylingradio.com, and they've been busy updating the shit.
Well, I guess. Really, a profile picture?
Mm-hmm. Meet your host. Meet your hose.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to stay cognito in here.
Yeah. She's trying to be undercover. She ain't trying to put out her business. She ain't trying to be a She ain't trying to be a public figure. People coming out to the country, out to her house. You're Lisa Marie from the radio station. Be like, oh hell no. I just do this shit part time. I've got a real life and a real job and a real husband and a real kids and all kinds of real shit going on.
Yeah, if you can find me, more power to you.
Oh, don't give them that idea. Don't fucking give them that idea.
But that doesn't mean that I don't live out in the country and you won't get met with a gun at the door.
Hey, I tell people if you're that hardcore and you want to talk shit, come by my house after midnight. You know.
After midnight?
Yeah. Well, after dark. You know. I got a big lake, and I'm sure there's a lot of shit floating around in that lake.
Oh yeah, and you spray painted the. Nobody will see anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna see anything.
I took care of that fucking light that was fucking bothering me. Everybody thinks I was joking about that, and I wasn't. You're like, how in the hell did you get all the way up there? Well, it was very sketchy on a ladder, but... So, what we're talking about, people, out at my condo, there's been a light out there ever since I've lived out there, but it's never worked, right? And it's this... There's a walking path around my lake, right? Well, the complex decided they're going to fix all the fucking lights. And they fixed that one, and my neighbor kept fucking disconnecting it, right? Well, they rewired that motherfucker where it's a bitch to fix, right? So, you know, I'm in the automotive industry, and, you know, I had some Line-X, and, you know, went out there and fucking sprayed Line-X on the fucking light.
So, all over it.
Oh, yeah. It's not all over it. It's not as bright as it used to be. It was so...
Did it help the problem?
Well, I'm telling you, it was so bright, right? It looked like daylight outside. On top of that, I never shut my curtains. And,
yeah, why?
Well, here's the reason why. Because I've got twin pugs, and one of them thinks she's a cat.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, she thinks she can climb that motherfucker for some weird reason, and I don't know why. And so, she'll yank the curtains down, so the curtain's been pulled back. I don't give a fuck if people look in my house. I don't give a shit. I ain't got nothing to hide.
You gonna walk around naked or anything?
Yeah, that's happened before, too. Some woman was walking her dog, and the dog was out there fucking pissing on the pole, and got out of the shower. I couldn't find my soda. Now, actually, I was drinking a Mystic Energy, or Mystic, one of those Mystic fruit drinks. I was like, where's my Mystic at? Butt naked, walk in the living room, and this chick's looking at me, dick hanging out and everything, and she just kind of waved.
Did you ask her if she enjoyed the show?
Well, here's the funny thing. She kind of waved at me, and I just kind of waved back and went about doing what I was doing. And I was like, oh, no, man. Fuck, I got to pay attention to that, you know? So we was up at the clubhouse in the laundry room, and I come in there with some laundry, and I looked up, and I've never seen this woman before, okay, except that day. And this is like a couple months later, and I was in there doing laundry, and I look up, and there she was, and her husband was there, and her husband was dying laughing, and I was like, "How you guys doing?" And he's like, "Man, my wife just enjoyed that view," and I was like, "Well, I was happy to put on a show for you, you know." I was just like, "What the fuck?"
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I ain't ashamed to walk around fucking naked. I don't give a fuck. You know?
No, I don't either.
I should have said, well, tips are graciously appreciated. Fuck around. Music start playing, be a dollar dance going on. Ladies, get that ones out, man. It's time for the dollar dance. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah.
The dollar. Yeah, I forgot about the dollar dance.
Oh, yeah. The dollar dance. $5 make you holler.
You better pay more than $5 to make me holler.
Yeah.
And leave it.
Gotta have those priorities.
Yeah, I got bills to pay. Don't you know?
Man, I remember I was in Panama City, and we were stripping at this club, and we did the dollar dance, and this fucking chick grabbed me, and she goes, "I got $100 bill. He ain't going nowhere." I was like, and then,
Damn.
you know, they were like, "Switch." I started to stand up. She's like, "You're not going nowhere," and I'm like, "No, ma'am. I'm running out of moves here." You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta stand on my head or something. So, yeah, there's a lot of fun nights back when I was a stripper, man.
So, question: how did you get into that? Like, what spawned to get into the?
It's an interesting story. Have you heard of Bang Bros, the porn company?
No, I'm not gonna lie.
So Sanchez was my college roommate, and he was fascinated that I had camera equipment and would film ourselves skating, right? And nowadays he's kind of a fat guy, but back then, you know, he run around with a zebra thong. I thought he was fucking gay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but he always had these hot girls with him. But I thought he worked security for this nightclub, and he couldn't make it into work one day, and he's like, "Dude, you got to go into work for me. I mean, you know, you can dance and all this other shit." And so I thought it was like kind of like you work security and you maybe salsa dance with older women or something. You know, I didn't know. And I went down there, and first I had to find a place because we didn't have GPS back then. So, you know, I had to go off a napkin, you know, which roads to turn on. And the girl that was in the Charlie, that was in the you know, recent Netflix show, you know, about the Chippendales, that's who I met. And you know, she needed my driver's license and this, and this, and this, and this. And she's like, "Can you dance?" And I'm like, "I've had a fake ID since I was like 14, you know?" And she's like, "Okay." And they pulled that curtain back, and I was like, "Oh no, this is what this is." I was like, "Well, fuck it." And I mean, I've never seen that many ones on a stage, man. It was just full. I mean, it was so much, man. They were pushing it away with a fucking push broom, right? And she's like, "Would you like something to drink?" I was like, "Yeah." And I go, "You might want to bring me the bottle." And yeah, I made $11,000 that night.
I bet.
And that was back when the money was good. And fuck me, man. I mean, you know.
After that, you were hooked.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, I think one of the big things that I liked about it is, you know, we'd strip Friday and Saturday. And Wednesday and Thursday, we'd have where we'd come in and work on our routines and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of people, there's like, "Oh, you were a nasty stripper." Motherfucker, I made money. And I learned a lot in that industry. I didn't do porn or anything, but I got shot for Playgirl. I was in an issue of Playgirl, which was fucking cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, I held lots of titles. You know, Mr. Heartthrob Midwest and all kinds of stuff. So um, it was a fun time in my life, and I did stripograms and all kinds of stuff, and would show up to a bachelorette party or a birthday party, and I made really good money, and I met a lot of cool people that a lot of people I still talk to this day, and but man, I've seen some shit in the nightclub and bar industry, and I think that's what really led me up to working for Girls Gone Wild, because I'd been in the nightclub and bar industry and then doing Slick Chicks and all the different stuff. And but yeah, it's funny because Sanchez ended up using my video equipment, and they had like this van, and they would find random girls down there in Orlando that were on vacation and fuck them and start filming Bang Bros. And now he's a multi-billion-dollar company, and we all kind of come from nothing, and so yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I got in it, and different promoters and stuff. And then the big one in St. Louis, they were opening up an all-male strip club, and they'd actually recruited me down in Florida and found out I lived in St. Louis, or was from St. Louis, and the St. Louis area, because I lived on the east side. And they offered me quite a bit of money to relocate, which I was relocating anyway, so it all kind of worked out. And then they opened the club, and I was the first 10 that was hired in. And that club shut down right after COVID, but if you'd walk in that club, there was posters of me still on the wall, which was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying?
I actually seen you at that club.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like 6 months pregnant with my daughter. I was in that club for a bachelorette party.
Did you get a floor show?
No, dude, I got there and I was fucking pissed. Because I was supposed to be the designated driver. The bride was already fucking hammered. She was out doing, she's supposedly drinking, but she was doing a little bit more than that, if you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And by the time we got there, she was already puking down the side of the car. So I was a little pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you being pregnant and somebody puking down the side of the car is just a fucking nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I seen a lot of stuff, especially that club. I mean, we had an Asian girl come in there and fall in love with me and throw her wedding ring out, or her engagement ring out in the woods, and she stopped her wedding and everything because she was in love with me. And that guy come and was gonna shoot me and fuck it. I mean, there was always fucking something going on, Yeah, there was. I had a hell of a fan base, and the thing is, what I try to do is make it as much of an entertaining show as possible.
Oh, you did. I watched you do a floor show.
I mean, I won a lot of contests for doing strip off stuff, and which outfit did you see me do?
Dude, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of different outfits, from Zorro to cop, and to a doctor, to an astronaut, to fucking, I mean, I don't know, the list goes on and on. Hell, the one I remember doing, in Indianapolis, they have once a year this big contest, and I had won with Zorro a couple of times, and I knew if I brought Zorro again, I wouldn't win, because too many people have seen that routine, and I come as a full fucking Indian, like a chief, with the big headdress and everything, and that was pretty expensive to put together, but I did that routine a couple of times at that club, and it's just so fucking much work, you know what I'm saying? But I would always do this thing at the end. I'd stand the girl up, I'd give her a hug, I'd whisper in her ear, hey, I hope this made your night memorable, but if you want to get the bitches back who set you up, you just let me know. And they're like, how much? Starting off at $500, how bad you want it to be? And Oh yeah. So yeah, it was always a good time, man. I mean, it was always a good time, and I miss some of the guys I worked with. We would do the Three Amigos routine, and me, Joey, and Dawson, and it was always a good show. Always a good show, and you know, you gotta have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
had good DJs. When you have a good DJ and you're an entertainer, um, that's what makes it even more fun. You know what I'm saying? Because the interaction. I was a show feature with that organization, so um, I wouldn't start until right before midnight. You know what I'm saying? But it worked out good for me because I had other stripograms and stuff I had to do prior to that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, when you have like bus full of horny ass fucking bachelorettes coming in there wanting to rip your clothes off and they're chanting your name, I mean that's a big fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I don't regret any of it. Some people can look down on me. I don't really care. I mean, it takes a hell of a lot to do that. You know what I'm saying? And um,
You have to stay pretty fit for some of the shit you have to do too. Like people's like, oh, you get to go dance on a pole, but that's not necessarily just it.
well, I'll tell you this, man. We were talking about earlier day jobs, right? And we were talking about working at Tri City Canvas and how physical it was. I will tell you, and I know this is hard to understand, people. Being a male stripper is extremely hard work. It takes a lot of dedication, and your body gets fucking abused every night. And it's like, you gotta understand, you got a bunch of drunk girls with long fingernails and claws, and you're constantly getting scratched. You're constantly getting hit, because they're drunk and they're freaking out and fucking, you know, they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And grabbing onto you and stuff. And um, my makeup will hide a lot of bruising. You know what I'm saying? And
Gotta love that Mag makeup, right?
yeah, yeah, and that's how I got to know Mac makeup. And but like, I'll tell you one thing: when that club opened up, they had a rule book that was like a pamphlet. When I retired from that place, they had a whole beat out in Bible, and they would rewrite the rules, and we couldn't do this and couldn't do this, and everybody'd look at me, and I'd figure out how to get around it. And we
Always.
yeah, well, they made a rule where you couldn't come off the stage, and I would come off the stage and pick a girl up in a chair and this and this, right, and have fun. And another big thing is we weren't allowed to do that anymore. And so as long as your foot was still on the stage, and I argued with them, you know what I'm saying?
Still on the stage.
You're still on the fucking stage. There's a body part on there according to what you wrote. And they were like, man, you should have become a fucking attorney or something. And it's just a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? And did I ever knock anybody's drinks over stripping? Yeah, it happened. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, did I ever fall off a stage? I was yanked off a stage by my fucking testicles, I'll tell you that, by an older drunk woman. And that was kind of my fault because there's a whole thing that you don't do the same trick more than 2 times. And I swung around and I come around in that same position and I set myself up and she yanked me right off the stage on top of them.
Ouch.
Yeah. Man, there were so many fucking stories that I could just go on and on about fucking stripping. But like, I don't regret it. I made damn good money. And when I mean damn good money, I made over 10 grand a night. And when I retired is when I retired for a couple reasons, people. And I'll be straight up with you. I was getting married. And I had met Crystal when I was stripping. She was just a smart ass college girl that we ended up falling in love. And one night I was getting ready to leave to go to the club, and she goes, give me a hug and a kiss goodbye, make out with some girls and make some money. And I was like, wow, I mean, I don't want to be in that kind of relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kind of felt guilty. And of course, you know, Charlie from Chippendale, she pulled me aside and she said, I can see it in your eyes. It's about that time, ain't it? And I said, yeah, I think I need to retire. And she goes, well, I was talking to Dee, and we're going to set up a, you know, we're going to get with marketing, and we're going to have a goodbye party for you. And everybody said I was going to come out of retirement, and I didn't. We did the last dance party, and I made about 90 grand that night. And they did a good job advertising it. I mean, we had people from all over the country. We actually had people come in from overseas, you know, and it was cool. I made 90 grand, tipped everybody out, and that was it. I did come back and revisit the club from time to time. They really didn't want me to get on stage, but I will tell you this, the last time I did visit that club, they did talk me into doing a shower show. And them fucking kids that work there, they had no idea what somebody could do in that shower and put on a show. And the owner of the club tipped me $1,000 and was like, I just needed that. I needed to see that one more time to show these boys working here that how to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hell, the $1,000 basically paid for our fucking alcohol tab. I mean, there was a big group of us. And so it was cool. I mean, I knew there's been a couple reunion things, and you know, I've went out and did a couple reunion things, but I'm done. I mean, I'm retired from it. That club is now closed. It's done and over with. And, you know, I still get phone calls or messages on social media. Would I be interested in training people? And I don't even know if I have done some of that, but I'm not interested in doing it since COVID, you know. I'm pretty busy with work and the car club and the radio and, you know, in general life, you know, to be training a bunch of, the money's not the same, people. It's not the same. You know, the hustle and flow is different. And, you know, I was at Hustler a couple weeks ago, and these young girls trying to run game on me, and I'm just like, I already know all the routines. You know, it's like, you're not, you know, I tell them, girls, show me something I've never seen, you know. And
when they can't, Cameron.
No, but I had a girl a long time ago at Crystal Palace show me some shit I never seen. I was like, holy fuck. You definitely getting my money. So yeah, but I mean, it's good times, people, and I don't regret it. It's what built me into who I am today, you know. So, well, on that note,
another chapter of life.
Yeah, it's another chapter of life. And, you know, and if you were there in the good times, man, you were there. If you were there in the bad times, well, you suffered it with
you were
me.
there.
You know? But there's the good times, the bad times, and there's a time that we're going to go back and play music right now, and Sunny's going to take over at midnight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for Dragon in the Afternoon from 1 to 4, and, you know, we'll catch you on the flip side. So, see ya.
See ya.